ang ating kwentuhan napapakinggan kahit saan. Samahan niyo ako sa bawat kwento na pwede natin pag-usapan at sa bawat kwentuhan, lagi kang kasama. Ako si Gab Humilde Villegas at ito ang Kwentuhang Random, the podcast. Ayan, welcome to another episode of today's kwentuhan. And dahil election na, I want to give some overview of our upcoming elections on May 9, this coming May 9. And there are 65.7 million Filipinos who will go to different precincts across the country from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. para bumoto. 1.5 million of them are newly registered voters while about 84,000 yung mga nauna nang bumoto for the local absentee voting which happened last April 27 to 29, and yung mga bumoto doon ay mga members ng police, ng military, ng mga teachers na magsiserve as election workers, and also yung mga nasa media and other government employees. Meron ding 47,000 or less than, approximately 48,000 na mga botante ay mga persons deprived of liberty o yung mga nasa paitan. So they will able to cast their votes on May 9 from their detention facility from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and they will only vote for national positions. Samantala naman, yung mga senior citizens natin and PWDs, pwede silang bumoto on different precincts such as regular polling precincts from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. They may use also emergency accessible polling place or from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And also yung mga nasa tahanan lang hagdanan and Hospicio San Jose at saka doon sa National Vocational Rehabilitation Center, they can vote on the same time from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Among generations, yung ages 26 to 41 ang pinakamalaki, which are composed of millennials na merong naaabot sa halos 24 million. It was followed by Generation X, ages 42 to 57 with 16.7 million. And yun na, sumunod na dun yung Gen Z from ages 18 to 25, wherein nandun din yung mga first-time voters din natin, mostly aabot naman sila sa 13.1 million, while the senior citizens in older generations, there are 11.9 or almost 12 million. So sa top 10 vote-rich provinces, it will come from the provinces of Cebu, Cavite, Pangasinan, Laguna, Bulacan, Negros Occidental, Batangas, Iloilo, Rizal, and Pampanga, with a total of 20.3 million votes that could possibly win or na pwede makapagpanalo into a certain candidate, particularly for the president and vice president. Among cities naman sa buong bansa, there are Quezon City, Manila, Davao City, Cebu City, Caloocan City, Antipolo City, Makati, Pasig, Taguig, and Zamboanga. They are the top 10 vote-rich cities with 7.2 million. Yan po yung total from the top 10 vote-rich cities. And among the regions in the country, Calabarzon remains to be a top vote-rich region with 9.1 million, followed by NCR with 7.3 million voters. And ayun din, Do sa local absentee voting, they voted on the last week of April, and according to the latest data that we have from the Commission on Elections, halos so we're gonna check kung gaano karami yung mga bumoto during those 3-day period. We're gonna check from Commissioner George Garcia. According to him, abot na sa let us see kung gaano nakarami. Yung pinakahuling data ay aabot na ng 60,000 yung mga bumoto, and the largest portion of it ng voter turnout ay nasa PNP, to be followed by the Philippine Army. And those of PNP, they have about 32,000, while the Philippine Army has 20,000 votes. The votes, they will canvass it ng 7 p.m. at the Comelec Central Office in Intramuros, Manila. While in the overseas, meron ng aabot sa 526,000, almost 527,000 na yung bumoto. They have until tomorrow also 7 p.m. Manila time, and as of yesterday, there are already 31.05% ng voter turnout out of 1.6 million na mga registered overseas voters na mga kababayan natin from nagtatrabaho sa abroad. And I would like also to give some advice or tips kung paano kayo boboto on May 9. So, ito na yung natin yung pag-uusapan. Yung mga tips na dapat ninyo sundin. And here we are. The step 1 will be, you will undergo a temperature check before you enter the voting. So, titignan lang yung temperature mo, and if in case that reach 37 point or you experience COVID-19 symptoms, kung hindi ka pa they will put you into a isolation polling place, wherein ibibigay sa'yo doon yung balota, doon ka mag-fill up, then you will have to give it to the election worker, and sila na then hindi sila magre-required ng vaccination card or ng RT-PCR test result para ikaw ay makaboto. Step 2, pwede ka rin magpunta sa voter assistance desk para malaman mo kung saan presinto ka at ano yung sequence number o saan room naka-assign yung presinto mo. Then, pagkarating mo doon sa step 3, step 3, you will go to the assigned room and you will introduce yourself to the electoral board by saying your name, precinct number, and sequence number. Para makasiguro na rin, much better na rin na magdala kayo ng ID. If electoral board or some poll watchers out there na magduda sa identity nyo bilang botante. Step 4, they will give you a ballot secrecy folder and marking pen from the electoral board, and make sure that wala pong shade yung ballot po natin. Step 5, ayun na. Itiman yung loob ng bilog sa unahan ng pangalan ng kandidatong nais na iboto. Do not overvote, and paalala lamang din, isa lamang po yung balota na ipoprovide sa inyo ng electoral board sa loob ng presinto. Hindi po kayo pwedeng makahingi ng kapalit. Then, next step, ayun na, you will enter the ballot with the vote counting machine. Make sure din kapag boboto kayo, fully shaded po, yung ating ballot. Avoid din yung mga unnecessary markings, halimbawa, pipirma, it passing. Then, step 7, nila ito na to receipt, then check it. Kung tugma ba yung binoto mo doon sa lumabas doon sa resibo. So if that's the case na hindi nagtugma, you may tell it to the electoral board and mailagay yun doon sa minutes ng voting. And do not forget na magpalagay ng indelible ink sa kuko ng kanang hintuturo. Yan. So, ito yung mga naging problema before. I think in the past elections, there are flying voters. Yun nga, na they try to erase the indelible ink and there are instances before in the past elections na nahuhuli rin sila. So far, ayun din, there are preparations na rin ang ginawa ng COMELEC for tomorrow. So, I just hope that in these upcoming elections, maging mapanuri rin tayo sa kung ano yung magiging sitwasyon ng ating electoral process, and at the same time pwede nyo rin na bantayan yung magiging bilangan. It is also a reminder for everyone, ito nakakalimutan ko to, na yung mga 30 meters o yung mga botante na nasa loob ng 30-meter radius ng presinto, papayagan pa rin kayo na makaboto kahit lagpas na ng 7 p.m. Ihintayin na electoral board na matapos yung pagboto, but they will make sure na siguro pagsapit ng 5 p.m. ay bibilangin na nila kung ilan pa yung natitirang botante doon sa loob ng presinto. So in case na marami pa yung mga botante na naghihintay for their turn, or they're still thinking kung sino pa yung iboboto nila, I could say na much better magdala na rin kayo ng kodigo. It is also encouraged na isulat ninyo sa papel than to put it on your mobile phones, because hindi naman sa pinagbabawal na magdala ng cellphone. Iniiwasan lang din ng Commission on Elections o ng COMELEC na magkaroon ng incident na kukunan yung accomplished ballot, yung mga bago nila ilagay doon sa vote counting machines. Sa ganoon din paraan ay naiiwasan rin yung vote buying, and at the same time yung paggawa ng nasabing violation, it will constitute you for a 1 to 6 years na imprisonment. It was indicated o nakapaloob po yun sa ating Omnibus Election Code. So 7 p.m. they will now go to start to transmit the votes going to the municipal board of canvassers, then it will proceed to the provincial or the city, City Board of Canvassers, provincial, regional, then it will go to the national kung saan doon na lalabas yung mga election results, no. The COMELEC also said na they are expecting for a faster transmission of votes minutes after the polling precincts or the voting hours were closed. So ayun mga kaibigan, make sure din na pumunta kayo ng maaga sa mga voting centers para mag-cast kayo ng boto. And at the same time, magdala na rin kayo ng tubig ninyo dahil inaasahan din na magiging mainit yung panahon on May 9. So, ganito na lang muna for the past episodes of our podcast. You may visit, you may go or search Kwentuhang Random the podcast on Spotify and other streaming platforms. Again, this is Kuya Gab. Up until the next episode. Goodbye!